Hey guys, welcome to BigK Crypto. Today I'm going to be doing a video on Ethereum Gold, another Dapp smart contract that's been brought to my attention today, thanks to the Oracle. And I just wanted to kind of do a nice brief overview, how it works, how to get it set up, and why you should be going into it today. All right. Now, if you've already subscribed to my channel, you would have seen my video a couple of days ago where I invested into the smart contract Ether chain, which is working great for me so far. But this one that we're going to be talking about today, I much more prefer it, which is why I only put in a little bit of my stack that I wanted to invest in smart contracts into the Ether chain and put the majority of it into this Ethereum Gold. Now, Ethereum Gold is another smart contract, but it works in a slightly different way. This works on dividend distribution with a 10% in, 10% out, because you're spending 20% for dividend distribution for everybody that owns gold contracts. And that's how you benefit. That's how, when you're in and you get into this platform nice and early at a much lower price, and this boosts up, then you're going to be creating more and more and more dividends every time somebody buys the gold tokens, and of course every time someone sells gold tokens. So it's a really, really great contract. Now, the reason why I'm showing you another smart contract today, all in the space of a few days, is because I want to talk about passive income for a second. All right, this channel is predominantly based on passive income within crypto and in the crypto space. I want to always be showing you my own personal thoughts, opinions, and of course experiences as to how I'm spreading my investments. And that's very, very important, guys. It's something I want to quickly just touch on before we get into the nitty-gritty. You want to spread your investments. I'm sure you've probably heard that old phrase of never put all your eggs in one basket, and that goes for income. Okay, if you're relying on one income stream, let's say you have a 9-to-5 job and that is your income, and the scenario happens where the coronavirus hits, like we've just seen. Okay, it's a great example. You get laid off, or you're furloughed, or you're just getting minimal wage. That's going to certainly affect you and your family's well-being, you and your family's wealth in total. You might end up trying to get yourself into some loans, and you're going to end up starting this bad cycle of pay back this loan, pay back that loan when things start to go back to normal again. You don't want to be in that position, guys. I certainly don't. You know, I've got a family. I want to make sure that we're comfortable as much as possible at all times, which is why, you know, I'm lucky enough to have found the crypto space and found ways to be able to do that, especially after finding someone like the Oracle. If I didn't find the Oracle in my crypto journey, I would have given up on crypto a long time ago. For those of you who don't know who the Oracle is, Oracle, the man when it comes to crypto, all right? The guy knows how to make money. He makes this as his full-time profession. He's got his own leverage trading strategy, which works phenomenally well, okay? I'm going to put a review actually to my own opinions on the Oracle here on the top right corner. If you're interested, definitely check it out. But of course, he talks about other things as well, like core compounding, like things like smart contracts. And he did a video today on Ethereum Gold, which is what brought my attention to it in the first place. Now, before I go any further, obviously, standard disclaimer, pause the screen if you need to. This is not financial advice. If you think this is financial advice, step away from your mouse, go downstairs and rethink your life. You need to realize that whatever you do in the crypto space is risky, and whatever you do is off your own back. I'm not responsible for anything that you do. I'm just showing you, again, my own personal thoughts and experiences. So let's get into Ethereum Gold. Now, I like to get into platforms nice and early. You know, usually the earlier you get into platforms, the better. But this has actually been going on since 2018, a version of this, all right? So the Gandiji coin, if you know about Gandiji, and the guys there, developers, they're all very, very smart, and they're very, very resilient. For something to be going strong since 2018, these guys know what they're doing, and they're in for the long haul, guys, all right? We know, you know, things come and go very quickly in crypto, but these guys haven't. This is something that is far more stable and far more safe in many, many different ways. And we're going to just sort of discuss that in a bit. Now, with the Ethereum Gold platform, as you can see in front of you, if you were around for the Dapp wars that happened last year, like the blue chip, black chip, and everything else, then this will look quite familiar to you. If it doesn't, I'm going to quickly just sort of break it down. This is a dividend distribution type of smart contract. Now, smart contracts, I'm not going to go into what smart contracts are. You've got to do your own research and due diligence for that. But essentially, rules have been set into the smart contract that can never be changed. Once they're set, once they're created, and that smart contract is live, it can't change. So what happens here, as you can see on the screen, we have a 10% dividend distribution when you're buying and 10% dividend distribution when you're selling. So in a nutshell, when somebody buys, let's say, X amount of gold tokens with their Ethereum, then 20% of that comes out straight away from the offset, and from that percentage, it gets divvied up to all the people that are holding the gold tokens. So you'll benefit with dividends every time someone buys their gold tokens and every time someone sells their gold tokens. So that's just a huge benefit. Now, the main benefit, and the one thing that I love about this so much, is that it's a smart contract, which means if for whatever reason, right, if for whatever reason this site was just to disappear tomorrow, you can still have access to the funds that are worth whatever they were worth at the time through the Ethereum contract. Okay, so you would click verified contract up here, or you can save the page if you want to, bookmark it. And here you can see all the transactions that are pending, all the transactions that have happened, etc. And you can essentially go into this, right? It might be a little bit tricky at first, but it's certainly possible. You can go in and you can pull your ETH back out. Okay, so you can't lose your ETH. You can't lose your entire stack anyway. So the great thing about that is that it creates a much more safe passage into spreading your passive income investments, as opposed to something like, if we take Hypes, for example, high yield investment platforms, they're on the far more riskier side of things, especially if you're newer to the crypto space, 1 or 2 years into it. You might not want to play with those because you might get burned. Okay, some of those platforms are here today, gone tomorrow. This isn't a platform. This isn't a high yield investment platform. This is a smart contract, and it's smart for a reason, right? For what we've just spoken about. So that's just kind of like a quick overview on Ethereum Gold. If you want to know more as well, definitely check out the Oracle's video that he posted a few hours ago. I'll put the link in the description box below, as well as in the top right corner of your screen, because Oracle is a wealth of knowledge and he goes into a lot of detail on this smart contract. But let's just talk about now how you can get set up and get ready to join in on this platform. So what you would want to do first, if you haven't done so already, is get a MetaMask wallet. Now for me, I use MetaMask wallet. I know others use different wallets or things like Trust Wallet. Now Trust Wallet is a mobile wallet. I don't like doing anything when it comes to crypto over my mobile. I only like using my computer, my desktop. And MetaMask for me last year was all I used when it came to smart contracts. MetaMask just works really, really well with the smart contracts. It talks to it and it's just effortless and seamless. And I never had any problems with it. So as the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fuck with it. All right. So MetaMask is the one for me. And I'm just going to show you the example here. What you'll do is you'll go to metamask.io. There's a link again in the description below if you want to do that. And once it's installed, you're going to want to first load up some ETH into it. So what you'll do is when you open it from the top of your browser here, as you can see, it will show you your ETH amount. Now, if you want to top it up, you would click deposit, you would click view account, and you have your QR code as well as your full address, which you can copy and paste into your Exodus wallet or wherever you're sending your Ethereum from. If you get stuck on this stage and you don't know how to send Ethereum over, then I really recommend you go to my Bitcoin basics playlist and just learn the general basics of how to buy Bitcoin, how to store your Bitcoin, how to do things safely with Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency for that matter. Anyway, once you've done that and let's take a figure, for example, 5 ETH is loaded into this. By the way, you should always keep in mind to always keep something in your Ethereum wallet like I've done. Now, I'm not leaving anything else in here because I'm not going to invest any more for the time being into anything, but I've left this in, and this is going to be for gas fees, which we're going to talk about in a second, right? But let's say you buy you've got 5.1 or 5.2 ETH into your wallet. Once that's done, you're going to reload this page if you haven't done so already. The link to Ethereum Gold is in the description box below. Click it, it's the first link. It's the first thing that you'll see in the description. And I think it will help if you're trying to do this right now, then you can follow along with this video as well as being on the smart contract at the same time. So one thing you're going to want to check is this part here. Now this is my referral link, but before your MetaMask has actually communicated with Ethereum Gold or any smart contract for that matter properly, this will probably say something like, I can't remember now, I think it was Ethereum Gold null, okay, or something that doesn't look like a long sequence of digits and numbers like this, right? So just double check, just click refresh, and what it will do will just make sure that you're essentially signed in. You're essentially signing in for your MetaMask wallet, right? Now, we have a number of different boxes here and different bits of information. Before we go into buying, I'm just going to quickly cover it. So we've got the amount of total ETH that we have in the contract. We have here how many gold tokens you have and the value. We have your buy and your sell boxes. And we have your total amount of gold tokens, how much they're worth in ETH, and your total dividends, as well as your reinvest and withdraw buttons, which we'll talk about in a bit. So I want to buy 5 ETH worth of gold tokens. I want to jump in on this platform and I want to take advantage. Now the price is fairly low because this can blow up, especially, the YouTubers really take this over on the space. Then, as this goes higher, then obviously you're going to benefit, okay? And more people are going to come into the space. Now, this isn't a platform that you want to be in and out within a day or two. This could be a long-term thing, okay? Or a mid to long-term investment. So, don't see this as a, wham bam, thank you ma'am kind of job. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to type in your 5 in here because you want to buy 5 ETH worth. Again, remember guys, to keep some change in that MetaMask wallet, like I have here where I have the 0.2666 just for gas fees. and you're going to click buy gold tokens. A MetaMask notification will turn up on your computer, on your screen, and it will tell you just general information. So it's going to say how much you're paying, so 5.003 in this case, and that's because it's including the gas fee. What is a gas fee? Now, do your own research into it a bit more, but essentially just take it kind of like a transaction fee, all right? We'll just keep it nice and simple. What you can do is you can click edit, and you can choose actually between a fast, average, or slow option. As you can see, there's only about 15 cents within it, so I would say always go for the fast option, because to be fair, I'm not going to be sitting on my ass for 21 minutes waiting for it to go through, all right? Especially if I'm trying to capitalize on, a fairly low price like it is right now. And once you've chosen that and you click accept, you're going to click confirm. You're going to wait 30 seconds or so. And what you can do is you can come up here, click the MetaMask Chrome extension, and it should say, -5 ETH by pending. Once that is confirmed, if it hasn't already refreshed on your screen, press refresh and all your information will be updated. So the amount of gold tokens you own, the amount of ETH that's in your contract. Now, don't be scared and don't get worried if this ETH doesn't reflect the amount of ETH that you put in. So let's say you put in 4 ETH and you've got 3.6 in there. Don't fret, because again, it's taking into account the dividend distribution that is going to push around to all the people in the smart contract. So all your figures will be updated at this point. And there's a couple of things that you want to keep an eye on. You want to keep an eye on the price here. You want to keep an eye on how much worth of ETH you've got, and of course your total dividends. Now, there is a reinvest option and also a withdraw ETH option. I'm not going to talk about that side of things on this video because I want to wrap things up. I don't want to make this too long, and because I'm going to be doing other videos in the future just showing my journey with Ethereum Gold, how it's going for me, how it's working for me, and then my strategy as to whether I'm reinvesting straight away or whether I'm waiting to reinvest, or whether I'll withdraw the whole lot or just partial, all those kind of things. So you can kind of follow me on that journey. For now, I'm just going to kind of leave it as it is, let it keep accruing its dividends, and put my feet up and just let another income stream work for me. All right, that's the key, guys. Have income streams, have investments working for you. Just to round up, I think Ethereum Gold looks the business, acts the business, does what it needs to. It's a completely solid contract. It's from a dev who is well known in the community. Definitely check these guys out, guys. They've got Discord and Telegram links up at the top. They have been going on since 2018. So, it's very, very minimum risk, that they're going to just turn around tomorrow and say, we've had enough, going to the Bahamas. If you guys are listening and you do, let me know. All right. But that's Ethereum Gold as a roundup, just a quick review on it, as well as how to get started within Ethereum Gold. So let's wrap things up. I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. I hope you found it insightful in any way. If you've got any questions or comments, please put them below, and definitely hit the likes if you haven't done so already. It really does make a difference to me and for the channel, as well as making sure that that subscribe button is hit and that notification bell is yellow. Okay. All right. I want to make sure that you guys are being completely up to date with all of my latest developments, different platforms, different income strategies, different investments, and everything to do with passive income in the crypto space. Hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.